Welcome to my presentation. This is Alvin. My topic is best practices for teaching and learning online. There's a growing body of research and experience in online teaching and learning. The most recent research suggests that there are 10 practices that contribute to the effective, efficient, and satisfying teaching and learning experience for both the teacher and the student. The majority of the content of this study is based on the work of J.B. Brosher, PhD, Designing for Learning, 2006-2011, with references to L.S. Vygotsky. Now, the best practice one is be present at the course site. Now, what does this mean? It means liberal use of the teacher's use of the communication tools such as discussion boards and forums that communicate to the student that the teacher really cares about what they have to say is important. Being present means being available daily, email or texting, thus being available almost in real time and even by cell phone. Now, best practice two, create a supportive online course community. What does this mean? It means designing a course so that there are 3 dialogues: teacher to student, with many lectures in text or video podcasts; student to student with discussion boards; and student to resource. The teacher needs to develop 3 types of presence: teaching presence and cognitive content presence. Start the class with personal introductions. Encourage a general open forum for students to post and request help. Set up small groups where students can take responsibility for supportive mentoring of fellow students. According to Vygotsky's theories, we learn as social beings. In my face-to-face class with 4th graders, I'm reminded daily they are indeed social beings. Now, going on to best practice 3. Share a set of clear expectations for students and the teacher as to how communication will be facilitated, how much time the students should be working on the coursework each week. What does that mean? Well, making clear a set of expectations for how students will communicate with the teacher. Many times before a test, the teacher will announce special office hours. Before a test or a final, the work product needs to be scheduled and planned for, making clear the amount of effort and time that will be required, just what we expect in our face-to-face class. Now, moving on to best practice 4. Use a variety of large group, small group, and individual work experiences. We know that in our face-to-face class, that students work well with a variety of activities and experiences. Therefore, in our online classes, we need to make sure that our students have the same or similar experiences. Best practice 5. Use synchronous and asynchronous activities. I know I said that wrong, but that's okay. These are interesting words, but what do they mean? Well, synchronous means supported by video conferencing and chat sessions, like office hours, and class discussions. Asynchronous is facilitated by email, discussion board. This is a key component that is flexible. Moving on to best practice 6. Early in the term, ask for informal feedback on how's this course going. Now, what does that mean? It means that you, the teacher, the teacher, ask early for feedback so that we may have to make course corrections. Best practice 7. Prepare discussion posts that invite questioning. discussions and reflections and responses. This is the most difficult for me, but this is the most important. Creative, open-ended questions that students can explore and apply concepts that they are learning. Not just yes or no answers. We need to use Socratic type probing with follow-up questions. That's what we do in our face-to-face class. The teacher needs to provide guidelines and instruction on responding and provide choices and options. Moving on to best practice 8. Focus on content, resources, and applications and linked to current events and examples that are easily accessed from the learner's computers. What does that mean? Well, it means that all content must be digital and available from the student's computer. Moving on to best practice 9. Combine core concept learning with customized and personalized learning. What does that mean? Simply, it means that the teacher identifies the core concepts to be learned in a course. The performance goals. In our early teacher education, we studied Vygotsky's work that states that concepts are not words, but rather organized and intricate knowledge clusters. This means that while we must teach in a linear fashion, presenting concepts individually and in small clusters, we need to apply concepts within case studies, problems, and analyses that combine concepts and principles within a context. Effectively learning concepts requires a focus on patterns and relationships and not individual facts or vocabulary. Moving on to best practice 10. We're almost there. Plan a good closing and wrap up activity for the course. What does that mean? Well, it means remind students that the class is about to come to a close and they need to complete all of their assignments. Remind the students of what they learned in the class. Now, in conclusion, I can say there is a lot of research and experience to be studied and reported on. I think that I still have a lot to learn about online teaching. Just as in the face-to-face class teaching, I suspect that learning to be an online teacher will require the same quest for the very best practices for effective teaching. Thank you for listening to me. I'm hoping that you will respond and give me some feedback, and I appreciate it. For now, goodbye.